Hello, it is time for some updates. We will talk about a bunch of stuff, and the first thing will be the update on Hysterocrates gigas enclosure with waterfall and water section. We have some issues, but hopefully nothing major. Of course, update on Annie's babies, the OBT female, and unfortunately there is one death that I will address. And of course a bit of update on the pet face and my voice. As you can hear, my voice is still kind of weird. So let's just start with the waterfall thingy. As you can see immediately, the water level is really low, and there is a special reason for that. No, I don't have any leakage, but while I was away, she was excavating like a lot, and she reached this area. So she digged from there all the way, who knows where, here, and she ended up here. But you see, there is a lot of humidity now in the substrate. What happened? While she was digging, of course, she was dumping the substrate out, and slowly but surely here she started to make big pile of dirt. Eventually she pushed that pile of dirt inside of the water and continued to pile it there. You can actually see down there, there's the substrate, but I removed all of it, at least most of it that I could. So what happened? There was a pile of dirt inside of the water connected with the actual water. So you know, water got pulled through the dirt inside of this part, this dirt, and the water level of course dropped since all the water went straight into this substrate. So now I'm in a bit of a pickle. If I was here while that was happening, it wouldn't be a problem because I could spot it and I could just remove all the extra dirt that she excavated. But I wasn't here, I was in the US, and of course my brother don't really know what to do, and I didn't even told him to check this enclosure. If I was here I would prevent that, but unfortunately I wasn't, so now the substrate is really soaked. If you look at it closely, you can see that it is really wet, and I'm not sure if I should pull most of it out and put new drier substrate or just leave it and hopefully it will. I mean, with time it will definitely dry out, but I don't know how long will that last, and I hope that mold won't start to develop. So for now I will leave it like that and of course adjust accordingly. And maybe in the meantime I will install fan here so it is sucking all the humidity, and therefore this substrate should dry quicker, but I'm not sure if that is at the moment necessary. But look at it. It looks so sweet. I'm really happy. And now the water section looks even more natural with all the black stuff inside. Not sure how much you can see it on the camera because of all the reflection going on and everything, but it looks so sweet. And the waterfall, you see, since there was dirt and everything inside, now it actually, the waterfall section got some sort of texture that is really cool and interesting. And I'm not sure if this is like tarantula silk or not, but it looks like that. I don't know if she wept here or what. I don't know what happened. These aren't really performing well, but they need some time to actually start growing normally. But you see the bromeliads, they're all fine, and the sprouts are actually growing faster now. I guess this is much better conditions for them. They like a lot of humidity, and now thanks to this there is a ton of humidity inside. But overall I'm really satisfied with even with all these setbacks, I'm still really satisfied with how this works out. And I just need to add more water to rise the water level, but it is not necessary for the moment. Yeah, in regards to future developments, I will keep you guys updated, and of course hopefully soon we will be able to feed her and do a second attempt on some hubba time. Heck yeah, that's what we like. Oh, actually, while I'm here I intentionally leave it open so it dries up more. Now to show you who died. If you are following me on Instagram you already know that because I posted it, but yeah, look. Unfortunately the jungle nymph female died. Heteropteryx dilatata is the scientific name, and this is actually not a surprise because she was getting really old. I have this female for now almost 2 years. The male died a long time ago and I was just waiting for this to happen. But even though this is sad, we need to be aware that they don't live long and stuff like this happens, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not really a fan of having a pet that doesn't have like a longer lifespan. But yeah, what can you do? Although there is one good thing, you know that we have ton, and I mean ton of babies. They are still hatching. Actually, when I returned from the US, this is the box where I keep all the eggs, and 2 more hatched actually. So they are still hatching, even though some are, as you see, like this one. Look how big she is. I think that's a female, but I'm not sure if if we need to wait for green color to confirm that or not. More than 20 are inside, so she got really nice legacy. That is also the reason why I'm not really sad because of that. There is that. Now I will go behind the table on the usual spot, you know, because we are going to check the babies. Annie's babies, Brachypelma albopilosum hobbyform, that's the scientific name. And for this we actually need no, actually let me do a overview. Something truly amazing happened. As you see, a lot of them molted into a first instar stage. When I showed them last time, you see they were like this one in the middle. Most of them were eggs with legs. And yesterday, when I actually made a post on Instagram, majority were still eggs with legs except 3 individuals. And now, just one day later, look at this. There is so much movement going on. So many of them actually molted. It's crazy. It is really crazy. And now I will give you some close-ups with the macro lens, and I need a tripod for that, of course. Just a second. As you know, macro lens gives us really sweet shots, but it is kind of hard to operate with it, so that's why we need this. There we go. This is much better. Now let me just tell you all the stages that Tarantula will have. When Tarantula female makes an egg, she will lay eggs just like this one. You can consider this a first stage. Then, after some time, depending on the species, that egg will actually hatch into, let me just find, oh, you see, these guys. These are also called eggs with legs. They aren't mobile, but they can actually wiggle their legs a bit. This is not considered first mold because they didn't really have an exoskeleton. The eggs basically just opens up, and that's the first stage. Or at least it is something like that. Then after eggs with legs, they will actually molt into their first instar, first mold. And those are these guys. They are not like super mobile, but still you can see they can move around and do business, some sort of business. But they don't really look like a real tarantula just now. After this first molt, they will molt into their second instar or second molt, however you want to call it. And currently, of course, we don't have any of them in that stage, but then in that stage they actually look like a proper tarantula, and usually they can be shipped and packed and are mobile just like any other tarantula, and also starts to feed. Some tarantula species also got one extra stage in between, but that is a rare thing. These Brachypelma albopilosum babies, they don't have the stage in between. So after they molt in their second instar, they will look just like real tarantula sling. So yeah, in case you didn't know that, now you do. Where's my focus? What happened? Camera. Thank you. But actually I'm super impressed how they all molted in just one night from eggs with legs into their second instar. I didn't expect that will go like so fast. Oh, what are you doing? You were kind of falling, man. I still of course didn't count them. I have no idea how many there are, probably more than hundreds, I don't know. But when they molt in their second instar, then I will probably separate them and count them or whatever. Also, one interesting thing, while they're eggs with legs, they don't need to be fed, and while they are in this second instar, they also don't need to be fed. Although some will cannibalize on each other. We assume that they cannibalize on the weaker ones, the ones that will die anyway, so it is not really that big of a deal anyway. And you see there are still a bunch of unhatched eggs, and I don't think that they will hatch. We'll see. If they go black, that means that they are dying, that they are dead. That is all in regards to these babies. When they molt in their second instar, of course I will make another update, and also I will post on the Instagram, so if you want to be ahead of the curve, to say, you can follow me there and receive like some early updates and stuff. Yeah, if you want that. Maybe you don't want the videos to be kind of spoiled, so... Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're fine. Maybe you don't want your videos to be spoiled and want to have a fresh experience every time, not knowing what actually will happen in the video. If you are like that, then following me on the Instagram really shouldn't be a good idea. Now let me show you the OBT female. Ever since we made this enclosure, she wasn't outside. So this is actually a joy to see, a welcome change. And as you know, we have a mature male. So yesterday I fed her because she didn't eat ever since she molted. The abdomen is still tiny, so we need to fatten her up, and then we will try some hubba time, of course. I noticed that her faulty leg is still faulty. It didn't fix itself in the last molt as I assumed. Hopefully that won't cause any problems during the pairing attempt. we will see that. But so cool to once again see her, to see how she is. I was starting to worry a bit, because she didn't web that much and I expected a bit more from her. Now I think I covered all the updates that oh, one thing. I added the stickers on some enclosures, you see? You like it? Sashenka, with all the information, all the basic information. You have nice maps so you can see where she is from. Also I have one for Brachypelma behmei, one for Brachypelma vagans, and of course one for Linda, the Tarantula female. And you see now I have this section where I can actually write from who it is, and this was actually donated from Chris, you see, from the UK. He also chose a name, that's his mother-in-law name. Hilarious. I don't really like the look on this smaller enclosure. I don't like the way it's filling up the entire place. It looks alright on these, but for these I think that I need to make it a bit smaller. And of course, because there are these hinges, it's kind of interfering with that. But you know that my latest design of the similar size, this is Kiwi's enclosure. There's Kiwi. Hey Kiwi, Kiwi, Kiwi. She's over there checking what is happening. So on this latest design, you see I have completely empty space here, so I can easily put a sticker there. It is much prettier than the old one. And now let me finish up with the Pet Fest. I received some cans. You see, Rockstar can. I bought this monster. This is the one that I don't have. And also a shout out to whoever brought me that Mango Loco monster. You know that that is my favorite. Thanks for that. Oh, and also one more thing. You see, I actually added more shelf for the cans, and now all the cans that I received are stored over there. And if you are wondering which are the monster cans that I have, these are all of the cans, you see? Yeah. But you see, I don't have a lot of space left. Although if you want to send me a monster can that I don't have, I won't mind. I will find space. These two guys, I was hanging out with them mostly. This is Mike, we were actually staying at his house in Phoenix. He got a YouTube channel called Mike Tarantula. And this is Dion, he got a YouTube channel called Reptiliatus. And also the fourth guy, his name was Steve. They call him Spliff, but he doesn't have a YouTube channel, he only have a lot of animals. So I was hanging with them during my stay and it was awesome. The day before Pet Fest we actually went there to help with setting up, and then I started to feel, my voice started to feel a bit weird. I noticed that I am having a harder and harder time talking. And I was like, oh crap, next day is Pet Fest, I will be talking the whole day with everyone. And now it seems like I'm losing my voice. This is not a good thing. And of course, next day came, my voice was still funny. I had this note on my table so people will know what is happening and why am I sounding so weird. But at the start of the show it was kind of bad, and then progressively as the day go on, my voice was more and more gone. By the end of the show I basically wasn't able to talk anymore, so it wasn't really that fun in that way, but I had an awesome time there and so many of you came and I wanted to spend a bit of time with everyone and talk a bit with everyone, and thankfully I managed to do that, although it was like but yeah, I managed that and no one didn't really mind. I actually received 2 shirts. This is one, Arachne Docs. This is from a guy that told me that he is planning to do like a YouTube channel with some different twist. I believe that he still didn't make it, or he still doesn't have any videos, but yeah, that's his plan. And this is also from another YouTuber, Tarantula Arc. She was with her daughter and her daughter gave me a picture of my logo. So thank you for that. And while being there, I was mostly hyped to meet this guy. This is Joy. He got a YouTube channel called King of DIY. He does aquariums, which it is not what I do, but still I really enjoyed his videos. I started watching them because I was looking for a video that will show me how to make znam da kasnim, ali snimam video. My mother called and I have no idea what was the last thing that I said. But I was looking for a video on how to make acrylic enclosure, and he got a ton of DIY videos about acrylic aquariums and how to make them. And you know that they are basically the same. The way you make one is basically the same how you would make the other. And that is how I started watching his videos, and they were really good, they were really nice, so I just continued to watch him. And yeah, his channel is the only aquarium related channel that I watch, but I really enjoy it. And you see, he misspelled my name. He wanted to correct it, but I said no, leave it, it is more cooler like this. He also wrote this note. There was also like a mailbox there where people could leave a note or a fan mail for their favorite creator. And you see, I received a bunch of notes. I still didn't read them all, but I will do it like later. And this one is kind of sticking out because you see I also received a magnet from Tyler. Thanks, man. And also I received one card from one subscriber, Tarantula Frank, so I guess his name is Frank. Thanks, man. And that would be all. Pet Fest was awesome, Phoenix was awesome, Nature Adventure was awesome, and if you didn't watch that video, go and check it out because for the first time I have seen tarantula in wild. And as Diane said, it was magical, magical. Check out that video. And huge shout out to all of the other creators that were on the Pet Fest, and especially to those that organized the entire event. It was awesome, and as I said, next time make it in LA and I will definitely come next year. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday, so see you again soon. Bye!